What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from that Printer Gang Investment Click, baby. So today it's the weekend, so I say let's have a little weekend stock talk about how that week ended off last week. So we saw Nvidia try to make its comeback, came down. It's under the earnings price, the pre-earnings price, which is a good thing. Nvidia needed to slow down. But what this video is about, I try to read between the lines. I try to look at the macro in these markets. And a lot of interesting things happen. I remember I was talking to my dog. We're going to call him Dust Bowl. That's what I call him. But I'm talking to my dog, Dust Bowl. I'm like, yo, you prepared to get spanked on these Palantir calls if Nvidia miss, right? Because I'm thinking, the whole market is just going to follow Nvidia. I'm thinking, shoot, if they get spanked, we get spanked. So I'm ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I had my little Nvidia debit spread, sold half at a profit. I was letting the rest of the half ride. I was up 318% at the time. Nvidia come in, they beat earnings, they go down. We all know the story. What was interesting is that Palantir did not tank. It did not tank lower than Nvidia. It was actually green. I was so surprised. I was like, oh, something's changing. Because if you've been buying Palantir or watching Palantir for as long as I have, ever since this AI wave started, we just been trailing Nvidia. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing our own thing, but Nvidia, it is one of those stocks that like affects the whole market. All the AI stocks, all the S&P, the QQQ, everything. So when it didn't crash, I was starting to get interested. Then I started watching CNBC. I'm hearing more people, more analysts just starting to get it. I hear people saying that they think Palantir is the software company. I heard one lady say Palantir is the only company monetizing the AI that everybody's talking about. Then we come out Friday, I believe, and we get the ML award, Palantir #1 AI platform, and that's coming from software procurement. I'm loving that. I was listening to Amit, and he said something that we've all been saying for a long time. The true alpha in Palantir is that everybody talks about ChatGPT. Everybody talks about Nvidia, the chips, the build out, the infrastructure. But no one realizes, except for us, because we do a lot of research, a lot of DD, that all that stuff is useless if there's no ontology. Like, it's like I always say the analogy of the video game. You buying the computer chips for a reason. We bought PlayStation 2 as kids to play Grand Theft Auto and NBA Live and 2K and Madden on it. You feel me? So the hardware is no good without the software. And in addition to that, we could use ChatGPT on our regular phones, but these big businesses, they need another layer of protection, another layer of security. They got trade secrets. They can't let that stuff out. So they can't just throw raw ChatGPT on their computer. I know I'm not the most technical guy, so anybody in the comments who's in that field, you could explain a little better than me. But you can't run a large language model by itself unless you want your large language model to hallucinate. You feel me? And that's where Palantir comes in. In order for these people to use these large language models, whether it's ChatGPT, Anthropic, Claude, whatever you want to use, you're going to have that ontology in your business. We've been hearing companies come out back to back. We had Lowe's shout out Palantir. It was another company, I can't even remember the name. They said Palantir is helping them make better decisions, make more money. And I heard one analyst explain it best. If Palantir is charging you $50 million for the software, but the software is going to make you $75, $80, $100 million, well, that's like 50%, 100% on your investment. Why wouldn't you buy that? You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I think we're in the right place at the right time. Now, we got September coming up. September can go either way. Historically, we always get spanked in September. I ain't even going to lie to you people. I've been in the stock market a long time. I get every September. I'm going to try not to do that. I might even buy some puts this time around. But we got to get through September. We got a jobs report coming out. We're waiting for Jay Powell to lower interest rates. It's one of the choppiest months of the year. So we might be in for some volatility soon. But the way I see it, once this little era is over, it's smooth selling. Well, we got rate cuts, an election coming up. Unless those job reports come bad and everybody feel like we're going into a recession, we probably finna start getting money. We probably finna start getting money. And the street's starting to realize that, you know, even though Nvidia is a great stock, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to underestimate them, but if someone who bought and realized what was going on with Nvidia at like 156 before the split, Nvidia not finna go 7 times the money in a year again. I don't see it. It's too much growth. Like, yeah, you could do 50% a year, 100%, maybe even 200%, but all those crazy, outrageous gains that we saw last year, it's time for that to slow down. And where are those gains gonna go? Software, people. Think about it. You feel me? We got all types of issues going on. You got the migrant crisis. How long is it before a company like ours get involved in that? I was actually doing some research on the migrant crisis. I was asking ChatGPT what we should invest in. They came up with prison stocks. Oh, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult. They came out with prison stocks and Lockheed Martin and Raytheon and boys, which makes sense because if they get to deporting migrants and stuff like that in the future, depending on who wins president, there would be a lot of deportation centers getting open. Those kind of companies would get a lot of contracts. But, you know, Palantir might be involved in that too, man. So the way I see it is, whether it's the conflicts of war, whether it's homegrown issues, whether it's businesses trying to make money, healthcare, Palantir has so many use cases right now. I think we might be in the right place at the right time. And that's all I'm going to say for this video. I'm going to be back with another video, of course, because I'm not going to stop. But, you know, I just had to give you guys a weekend update. I didn't do a video on Friday, so I had to let you guys know my thoughts today. And I'm going to be back with another one soon. It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. Check me out. I'm out.